like, I was so scared that I quietly finished it and I still stayed the night. I was scared to actually leave after that.
Yeah, sure.
Then I had to play it off like that didn't happen, and she went back to normal, and then he never saw her again after that.
Are you one of these people, and I don't mean this in a negative way, that like lots of weird magic stuff happen in your environment?
No, I mean, I hear a lot of stories from people, and I take them, and then I repeat them, because I think they're interesting.
Sure.
But no,
Okay.
my aunt claims she's a psychic. Yeah, she said a ghost sucked her once in a
Is it a
hotel
guy
room.
ghost or a go-go?
She said she
Be
thinks
right
there's a
back,
guy
guys.
recently. She said she saw a shadow in the ceiling,
Ghost,
followed it, and then it slammed onto her chest, and her nipples started moving.
girl ghost, guy ghost.
Yeah,
I think I'd be able to tell the difference.
Like glory holes.
yeah,
You can tell.
you know.
I just read about some zoo monkey got pregnant. They thought it was a
Zoom monkey.
A zoo monkey.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
They thought it was like a Mary type Bible
but-
situation.
But he snuck in.
Well, not exactly. See, because there have been some other instances, one of which we talked about recently, where there's animals that shouldn't be able to reproduce asexually, but if they're in confinement for long enough, like weird stuff can happen. It's just
Seahorses can make their own baby.
exactly. There's
Yeah.
certain animals that can do that in like a crisis situation, but in this case, they just found a hole in the enclosure.
Yeah.
In some dude monkey, totally.
Glory hole.
Glory holder.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
that's not really glory hold her. She glory hold you.
Well, she had to stick her pussy up there like
Yeah,
a little
indeed.
slut, too.
Yeah,
That's right. Can't be-
Very slave.
Yeah, a little slutty, horny monkey.
Yeah. We all sometimes.
Yeah,
Sure.
relatable.
Right?
I told you about that time.
Better done.
The first time I ever did coke was I used to work in a coffee shop in New York, and there was this guy there, and I knew, or at least he claimed, that he sort of like had money and was just sort of working for the hell of it, and he was in a relationship with a guy that was like older than him, but I mean, old in those days. I think one was like 23, one was 30.
Right.
You know, and we were talking about coke, and he was like, well, you know, it's kind of a crazy drug if you're legitimately interested in trying it. You don't just go by the street to somebody who's done it before. So I'm like,
Right.
hell yeah, I'm coming to your house, let's do coke. And I went over, and they had a really nice apartment. Like, clearly there was some money going on there, but first time I've ever done, it wasn't an insane amount, it wasn't like throwing fistfuls around, it was like little lines, and
Classy.
oh yeah, classy, like adult stuff.
Yeah.
It was like we were like by Carnegie Hall, you know, and all of a sudden the guy that I know is like looking at his boyfriend, older dude. He's like, do you think we should like tell him? And I'm like, tell me what? And they had he told me that their story as a couple, their couple story was that they moved to New York from Cleveland or something because they had a revelation that the apocalypse was coming, and that they were incarnations of like angels
Sure.
that were gonna like sit in judgment of like the saved and the damned when the shit went down. But there was supposed to be a council of like 8 of them, so they were looking for the other ones, and they had just decided that I was wrong. I think
It was definitely the code.
but they for sure had that. Like that was something that they talked about frequently. Even when we were on coke.
That's weird.
We were on coke. We weren't all coke. That's for sure.
Right.
And then I like,
You're like, they believed it legitimately.
and then I stayed there. Well, I was going further. I stayed there that night. That was planned. So like, no, I even at one point I was like, I'm okay. Like I had like 2 little lines. I was like, okay. I'm like, no, really.
God if you don't know that.
I'll tell
Yeah.
you. I'll tell you the truth. I believe it is in the Bible somewhere the concept of tithing, which is giving 10% of your money to the church. Different.
What a scam.
Different sects of Christianity take it way more seriously than other ones.
I
Yeah.
promise
Like-
you, anybody that likes money is taking it seriously.
Well,
Is that Joel Osteen for sure, right?
Maybe like if you go to the Catholic Church, they'll give you the little pamphlet that's like, God foresaith that He would like 10% of your money, and you're like, yeah, dude, here's $5. And they're like, yeah, you're cool. But then there's other churches where it's like, it's a prosperity thing. The more money you're giving them, the more
They get back.
the more.
What do they give you back?
Nothing. They give you the promise that God's going to give you more.
That doesn't add up. You give money so that you get money.
We didn't have a lot of money growing up, but we would go to church on holidays. And one Christmas, my stepdad's mom bought brand new shoes, and he hadn't had shoes in so long. We went to church that morning, and the church fresh Yeah, she's the fucking best. So she's hot and cool and fun.
Yeah.
She won
And-
the sock fight. at-
Yeah, she did the sock fight for Ellis
Yeah.
Mania. Well, they're engaged, yeah. they're in love. They're in love, and they're engaged. And they just have a cute baby. I'm like, you're just happy. So she does a lot of psychedelics. And she just has a good time.
That's usually what happens.
I was like that till I was like 17.
I know a guy that takes those journeys all the time, and he said sometimes he's just had a good time because he's had so many journeys.
I can see that.
Yeah, but he said he's all, because he's had so many. Occasionally I've had just a flat out waste. And I think, I could be wrong, I don't want to say it's jealousy, but I feel like he's constantly doing them, so he gets it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, no, I'm doing medicine. Like, you're junkie. You just sell drugs.
Yeah.
You're always doing journeys because you're looking for another. You're like, ah, man, I got to do work again. But what you really want is to go back every time and just be like, yeah, turn the music on, play bongos.
wash their hands. People jerk off at work.
I really like Postmates.
Oh God, Postmates, don't even get me started.
That's
I
a
got
whole other
donuts,
layer of
And my
shit.
donut box was a little bit open.
Oh no.
And I was like, no. And then I looked out the window at the guy. I didn't get that guy to touch my donuts. And then I inspected my donuts. And I was like, they're all right. Because it didn't have the noogie or anything. Your thumb touch. But I've eaten, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll suck your dildo. I don't give a shit. Germs are good for you.
They are good for you.
Cuts are good for you because it teaches your body how to heal. If you break your bone, you make your bone heal. Turns you into like a really shitty Wolverine.
Yeah, it's true.
You know,
Yeah.
you're a survivor.
See-
It's like getting a cold. You know, you
See-
got to get a cold so you can build up immunities to fight colds.
You're right.
So it's like harden the fuck up. Up, you know?
No, yeah, for sure.
Sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to
Sometimes
say
you
that
got
to
to.
yourself. It's like, man, somebody could have loogied in my coffee. I'm like, yeah? Well, that's his beer. I think it's his beer. I think he's got a bit of a rust. I'm off. So I'm off my face.
He never wants to do that again.
That happened my first fight. After my first fight, I could not stop it. I was so starving.
So he picked up some information that these things have like anti-inflammatory and no less than authority when it's ultra will tell you the same thing. So it's like that. So he had somebody buy like a guru from things to help unwind everything.
He needs to get another job.
But they didn't know what they were doing. The thing they were doing was dumb, and they did it even dumber. They did it
I think it's bad, but now he's gonna live to breathe.
well, so what happened is then he got out of the hospital and lived, and then he went back to the set a couple days later. And he's like, well, I probably just did it. So he did it again.
Yeah, he really is that dude.
Anaphylactic shock.
Why?
Yeah.
And went into the hospital again for a shot.
I don't know if he had to be hospitalized. He definitely did not look good.
Does he feel better now? Like, did it do something good?
I'm sure when it's ultra, it does.
I do have a weird, well, you know, you've heard about
Have you seen the movie The Big Thief?
but you said that so intensely that I feel like I have to.
It's so fun. Yeah. Okay, let me just real quick. It's the dumbest movie ever.
Okay.
But it is awesome.
Really?
Yeah, because it's just action-packed, and it doesn't have to make sense. As long as you let it go. So I started to realize, I'm like, that's impossible, that's impossible. And then I said, Jason, let it go. You know what? It's Hollywood. Anything's possible. Let it go. Let Statham do it. And then it became one of the funniest.
Really?
Yeah, it was like the first time I watched Nightmare on Elm Street, where I was like, what? That's not. And then I was like, wait, let it go. It's fun.
Sometimes you have to let it go. I did that with I took a lot of mushrooms and did watch Wanderlust the other day with Jennifer. Oh, friend's nipples.
Yeah, she's got razor nipples. That's right, Jennifer Aniston.
Aniston.
Aniston
Yeah.
and Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
It was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Bees save the world.
Bee Save the World.
Without bees, the world would be over.
Yes.
So go on, they save the world, and what else? did
And
they save?
beekeepers, they always look fucking so young and good. And their skin looks good. They get stung a lot. And they always look, their skin looks incredible.
Is this a thing or is
They
this
call it beekeeper's age. Like, that's the thing. Beekeeper age.
Yes.
Frequency.
Yeah, it's like cats purring.
Yeah, it's like cats purring, yeah. And then that's why Egyptians used to hold cats in their lap. Because
Yeah.
it was a healing property. The purr was like the perfect vibration to match what would heal you internally.
No shit. I listen to binaural beats when I sleep. Is that the same?
Maybe.
What's that?
It's not like an artist. It's a thing.
It's a frequency.
There's a frequency that's.
What does it sound like?
I do some things like that sometimes on YouTube. They really knock me out, I feel like.
The one I listen to, it's the sound of space. With bass, which is like.
Hear that rubber band? That's space.
Yeah, dude. The Final Frontier.
Wait, that's not space. That just changed key. Yeah, I don't care for it.
No, it's not great.
Well, it's the hertz, right?
It's the hertz.
Yeah, so the healers they relieve pain and stress depending on the hertz level. So the binaural beats have different hertz levels you can listen to.
I'd rather get stung by a bee. A bee touch you.
You consider keeping these?
I would like to try it.
When you retire from comedy.
Yeah, I always invite them to sting me. Like if I
That's
see a
good.
bee, I'm not against getting stung.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Once, like not by like a hive of them, but a sting. I feel like maybe there is some benefit.
Something, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going to kill me, and there might be benefit. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, but there's also probably no benefit in the short-term effects.
One of my dad's friends made a mosquito bite him and he made his ass explode. I've always tried to do that.
I got stung in the vagina by a bee once.
Why did you show China?
I didn't. It went into my bathing suit when I was 16.
Wow.
And it stung me, and then my mom had me looking for a stinger in my baby. It was right on the lip.
I feel like a lot of female comics have like vagina trauma origin stories.
My pussy with people on it.
When you're
People say it's tight. I go, I got stung.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
stung. I got stung. What do you want me to say? Let me tell you, that sting's gonna get me married one day.
That's what they say about my penis.
Have you guys heard of? I cannot believe we've never talked about this before, but I don't recall having discussed the legendary tuna.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah.
Are you familiar with Tuna
Yeah.
Cunt's
For a
work?
second there, I was like, you just.
Well, no, she goes to school in.
Right, but she's from.
Her family is from Germany.
Right, and wants to come
Tuna comes crazy now.
in. Well, is it really any difference? I feel like your last name is C-bomb. It smells like a game. Still, it's like any other country. In Australia, you're just really.
No, it's nuts because either one of those would have been plenty to have like the craziest name.
Right.
If her name was
right.
like
Tuna Smith.
Sarah Cunt.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
like-
I don't know. Sarah still stands out.
Sarah Cunt.
See, I feel
Yeah,
like
I
Cunt's
get
the
it.
problematic part.
Yeah.
I agree.
Sarah Cunt.
But tuna,
Yeah.
Tuna's just a crazy thing to name someone.
maybe it means something else.
That's true.
Right.
Do our names mean stuff? Like,
Yes.
does Kim mean anything that isn't just Kim?
Yeah, I think it means some sort of number or something.
No.
What does it mean?
Always glorious rule.
Commander in Chief.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Strength, power, and royalty.
Congratulations.
Well, no, but that's not where your family got it from. That's why so many people have the last name. That's kind of you're.
If I married an Asian with the last name Kim, that would be just pretty fun.
You've thought of that. Yeah.
Middle initials. like K, isn't it?
Kimberly Kim.
What's
Kim
that?
is the word for who. Who? That's me.
Jason is the month's the initials.
Okay.
I don't know.
Wait.
January.
I think that was February.
The A.
There's another Jason.
January. February.
No, November, October, September.
Oh, backwards. November, October, September, August, July.
Yeah, so do it forwards and it's
July, August, September, October, November.
I need to do it backwards.
There's like Jason. There's like a Greek thing. Jason and the Argonauts.
You like a champion.
I see.
I That's me.
But everybody's name has something glorious except for Kim. Like mine.
I bet she's a gold medal.
I'm the Archangel. course I'm not.
Well,
Oh,
it could be.
Except for,
Dude, wait a minute. Hold on.
oh my goodness.
I'm seeing who is like God. What is Google search? Who is like God?
Michael.
You know what's weird? Is your name means who is like God, and my name means who. So I am like God.
You guys should get married.
That's not what I was trying to say. I was trying to say that I'm who is like God, and my name meant who.
I think we all think we're gods.
Him is like God. I think we all are gods.
God, we see through God's eyes.
Yeah, I think we're all.
We're all gods, people.
Mm-hmm.
We're all. I don't care.
My name is.
I don't care. Doesn't matter.
If I ran for student,
Doesn't matter.
You got a special.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
if I ran for student government like Tuna Cunt there in Budapest, it would be funny because I was there one time and they had a T-shirt and it was the Nike symbol, but it was the swoosh was cum because Mike is it's a slang word. It means like load or something in Magyar.
Magyar.
Which
Magyar?
Is, that's the language in Budapest.
Oh, right.
Yeah. No, I didn't know that until I went there either. But so like that's the thing. Like Tuna Cunt, totally normal. She's of the of the New Hampshire.
She's
cunt.
just a girl.
She's just a girl.
She's just a girl living in the world.
The name for tuna, would that be?
Fertile, majestic, flamboyant, and
Yeah.
she's a fertile cunt.
Wow.
Wow.
Those are
Right.
dangerous.
Yeah.
I've met a couple of those.
Yeah, as a Puerto Rican, relatable.
Those get you in trouble.
Yeah.
A fertile cunt.
Yeah.
My wife and I are dangerous.
How many kids do you guys have?
2. But like we didn't.
Yeah, that's my biggest fear. Is I'm actually in a. I don't even know if this is something that's embarrassing to admit or not. But I feel like as a 33-year-old woman, I'm having real sex for the first time in my life. Like not like pull out sex.
Have an anal? Oh, sorry.
No, I've been having like pull out or condom sex. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've been like avoiding birth control forever, but now I have
Yeah.
a boyfriend and I'm like having real sex.
And you're using birth control
Yeah.
to make you moody. I mean, more moodier than another regular.
Yeah, I'm just pretty all around same kind of bitch.
Nothing's changed.
That's changed.
What about your box? How's it feel?
Great.
Not different? It's not more sensitive? Or it's number?
No.
Right. Do you feel cold inside?
No.
That's a
I'm on a really low
What about your driving
estrogen.
abilities? Have they got better or worse?
They're really good. I parallel park in one try.
Bragging about parallel parking?
I'm a really good driver.
Are you doing a race?
I'm a really good driver.
Do you want to race? What about this? I got a place we're going to go and we're going to do burnouts in the park.
I would love
You can
that.
be a guest on my burnout show.
I would love that.
Seriously, we do donuts.
I swear to God, I would love that.
I will have you as a guest.
Okay.
And we'll do, I got invited to a place to do burnouts. And I was like, I propose that we do a show there. And I'm pretty sure we're going to be down with it. And we're going to bring guests, multiple guests, so that we can do burnouts and see who's really good and really bad at burnout.
That's really fun.
Yeah. Might not be a good show, but everybody, they'll have fun.
I love it.
Michael, would you do burnouts if we took you there? 'Cause they ask you, but like, because they're a fan of the show.
I was afraid you're gonna say that. I literally wouldn't even know how to begin.
But that's the people we want.
No, I understand.
It's kind of like Alice Mania.
You're
like,
telling
if
me
you
an
can fight-
archangel can't figure out how to do a burnout?
I'm telling you that if my wife called me right now and she's like, terrorists have taken over the house and they're holding grenades in the kids' mouths,
For you to do a burnout?
and you need to figure out how to do a burnout in the next 4 hours.
If I was there, it would take 5 minutes.
Obviously, that's
But by
different.
yourself and take a minute.
I don't think I can't guarantee that I would ever figure it out.
See, I have such a crazy different mindset. I'm like, I could do a burnout without anyone teaching me, just physically thinking about it.
See, I think both
When
of
to
you,
break, when to turn.
I think you're both delirious. I
Right.
think you can't do a burnout and he can.
Wow, I think,
Because of the way you speak about your burning.
yeah, I know I would believe that, but I
If you
actually,
think you're like a knockout king, like you could have been an MMA fighter.
I think I could have done, I think I can do anything. I have like a really big, weird narcissistic issue where I'm like, I could have been anyone. I just chose comedy.
You could have been a gold medalist,
Yeah.
but you're not.
I could have been in X Games. I could have been a
Yes.
fighter.
You could not.
I could have been a rapper.
I believe that.
So,
That's racist.
What? I didn't say. You're not black.
I'm brown.
That doesn't count.
Tell it to my friends in Florida.
well, let me ask you something. Because you don't, like, I didn't know that you had Puerto Rican heritage. Like, have you heard a bunch of, like, racist stuff from white people who thought that they could speak safely because they were only among their own kind? Like I know a person who's Middle Eastern, but they were adopted by white parents, not very dark skinned, and so their whole life they've just been around white people, and everyone just assumed they're white. And they're not really.
Yeah, that's kind of how it was growing up in Florida. Yeah, everyone just kind of assumes, and it's crazy because when I moved here, it was so different living in LA versus central the swamps in Florida. So it's like I actually didn't realize how you kind of become a little racist in yourself. You don't realize until you get out, and people are like, "You can't say that," or "That's not okay," or like they start saying things as a joke offensively that people have been genuinely saying around you your whole life, and you're like, "Oh, they're joking because it's wrong."
I don't regret this, but like for example,
I mean, like homophobia. It's not just racism, homophobia, and
You guys hate gays.
yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, my family was, and probably a lot of them are still a little bit homophobic.
They're not so bad.
Yeah, and I'm the most liberal person in my family, and I would not consider myself that liberal. So there's that.
You okay with me?
Yeah, I love gay people. I fucking love them.
Okay.
Well, I just meant emotionally.
That is totally fair. Yeah, I kicked the actual sex class.
emotionally flaming.
I don't find because I grew up in I was homophobic for sure. There was like a lot of learning I've done in the last 4 years. Did you? That was
Deep hate.
Hell yeah, deep hate for the gays.
She got past it though.
No, I mean I had searched for women on my Raya, so I can't judge anybody.
Lesbians.
That's true. That was my whole point for a long time, actually. I was like, but it's hot this way.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you shouldn't want to fuck each other. They're so gross.
Yeah, there's an angle there.
Yeah.
I was profiled once when
right,
there
guys.
was people talking
I
shit
think
on the
I'm
streams
good
while
for
I
the
was,
day.
I was on
Just
streams
need to
and I
get
was sitting
something
there playing with
done.
sand. My
Get
hand, I
something
had
a
a
little bit
hoodie
in
on.
there.
Sounds like a
We'll,
great time.
So yeah, it was until
Whoops.
somebody started saying how disgusting Australians are, and then it was like a group of people. There's a guy telling girls, and the girls are like, "Nuh-uh, really?" And it's like, "Yeah," and they just say C-bombs all the time, and they're like, "No way, really?" And he's like, "Oh yeah," and then another guy came.
All right. Well, love you guys. I will be back on probably tomorrow or the next day or two. Catch you next time.